think at this stage I should check that it's firing, check that the tank's connected properly. I mean, it should be alright, but best to check, eh? With that, I should have let it run for 5 to 10 minutes, but I'm going to be here all day tomorrow, so tomorrow I'll do it properly. I don't think I've changed the oil, have I? No, I'll check and I'll do an oil dip. I checked the air filter, that was pretty much new. Yeah, okay, so I'm running out of time, but we're kind of okay at the moment. Let's I'd like to get the rear panel on just for the looks. So, but am I there? The tank's bolted down. Have I shown you the new Speedo? Yeah. So much better. It's going to sit like that. I have to do some chopping here, but yeah, it's going to sit in here. Yes, much better. Much better. Right, I think I've got to wrap up. But yes, so far I'm happy. I need to chop all this crap off. And I mean chop it literally. It just needs to not be connected and out the way. It's up here and all, is it? Oh. I'm just going to chop it everywhere I see it and take it out. It's not live, it's not connected to the battery. Wow, this is, I think this is, let's chuck that rear, do you know what, let's chuck the rear on to get an idea of how it's going to look roughly. The front looks terrible, but let's see how the rear marries up to the tank. Let's have a look. Look at that, that's really coming together, don't you think? You can't see it from this angle might be better. Look at that. Honestly, that's really coming together. I quite like the contrast on the blue front mudguard as well. I think that's really come together in a short amount of time. That is going to be a good looking bike. Good, I'm pleased. Very pleased. Let me take a picture for the fit. That's a nice angle. I put the seats on loosely just to show some level of achievement. There's a little panel that goes back there, hence the gap, and this isn't clipped down, and there's a rail that goes there, but it's just to show the progress at this stage. It's cool, I'm happy, very happy. We need to lose that L plate, and then tomorrow we'll be checking everything over, checking lighting, speedos. I actually need to order the speedo cable. I need to remember that for next week. And yeah, tomorrow will be little bits of fine tuning on this bike, which is pretty cool. Great. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment if you feel the need to, or an emoji or anything there is, and share the video. Let's get the video shared a bit more. Let's get some friends and family in. You know, there's loads of channels out there earning thousands through clicks. I'm here earning 90 to 120 a month, depending on how much I put out, which is not the end of the world. I'm here anyway, I'm doing it, but it's a lot of editing and work for very little outcome. But of course, I do always love talking to you guys. Check out this little some blue bolts I've got a blue bolt set, just to tie in some of the other stuff. If I just put the odd one down here and there, it will just tie in that front mudguard.
The next day.
Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm messing around over here. I've got someone on eBay asking for a bunch of parts, which is good actually. Rear panels, tank, lock set, etc. All of them I've taken off now. So yeah, it's actually £220 worth of sales. I paid £250 for this in the end, didn't I? So I've gained back some of that, and of course we used the parts we needed for that. So we're definitely even. That's good. As long as the guy presses buy it now, I'm going to put it all on a lot on eBay. I don't know how to deliver things like this. I always use Royal Mail. Now in the past, tanks you weren't allowed to send in the post, especially old used ones. So I assume it's just a big box you buy. You wrap it all up, pack it all in, send the whole box off. That's my assumption. We'll have to look into that. I've never really done it. I don't like sending big things in the post. Right, let's get out this CBR. Let's see where we are. I've delayed Rabjab for an hour because he talks and talks and talks and talks, and then I get very little done. So let me pull it out and see where we're sitting. If I remember rightly, I was very happy with where we got to yesterday. Let's get it out in the light. I was just look at that, it's looking really good. I was just messaging someone just wrote on the channel, why am I messing around with 125s? Why don't I go and get my full license? Rather than mess around. Their words were poxy 125s. I don't get that. I don't get how someone's watched one video on the whole channel and assumed I've put up 400 videos of me trying to find the right 125 for myself and getting it wrong 400 times. But engagement is engagement. This is looking good. Look at the shape. It is catching on. The tank isn't perfect, and we weren't going for perfect, because if it was perfect, it wouldn't match the rest of the bike. It needs to look like an old, half-loved Honda, and then that way it should be anything between £1,000 and £1,250, but as long as it's mechanically sound. Good. It actually has 3 or 4 months MOT left on it, but I think I'll take it for a new one. First of all, I like to give it a good test ride, as long as I can put the day's insurance on. Sometimes I don't, and then if it has 3 months left, I wouldn't bother. I tend to actually get new MOTs. I do prefer that. But this could be ready next weekend if I can get bits and pieces done today. What is next for this bike? Look, where are we sitting? I want the clock to sit up here. It sits so well up there, but I need to trim that for a couple of reasons. You've got the lights hanging out the back down at the bottom there. So here's your mounting brackets. It's them triangles. So we'd need to mount that there with enough room for them to stick out. So I think chopping these off, putting that into a straight line, I should be able to then sit that quite neatly around the light. So you would be looking at something that looks like that. Yeah. So the rest of the frame would be chopped off. Yeah, I like it. So I'll probably chop up here and up here, take that off and take that off, and then I'd have to drill the 2 holes. I'm going to be using a hand drill on this one, annoyingly. And yeah, and then you'll have the actual speedo sitting like that. I think that works really well. I think that's spot on. So I might get that done. And then the front light, I want to take the front light housing off. Look at it sitting here, sadly. I need to give it a spray of matte black. I've got 2 options as to how to take it off. You can unclip it all and clip it all back in afterwards, or unclip some of the wiring. That's all up here. Just take a picture of it. No, because then we need to get all the glass out on everything. Okay. Alright, I'll work it out. This appears to be indicator lights, possibly both left and right. I don't actually know what colour that is. They don't work. So I need to do a couple of things there, because that needs to go into the new housing. So I need to see if they work. So I can cut them, wire it up to that, and basically go from there and see if they work at all. If they don't work, not an issue. Don't care if I've got indicator lights flashing on there, if I'm being honest. Everything else, I'm not too worried about. I definitely don't want the indicator, the indicator for the gear. High beam light doesn't have to work. I'm not overly fussed about that. Neutral should. I prefer to have neutral. So that is probably wired in to, oh, I don't know actually, it might be wired into here, so I need to check their wiring against ours, because ideally I'd like that to be wired in. But yeah, at this stage I'm going to leave these down here. I'm going to take that apart to give it a quick coat of satin black. If I've got some of that 2K and it hasn't set, I might give it a little coat just to give it a bit more longevity. And then I'll take these off sensitively so I can work out what wires are doing what and switch them over. Come on. There we are. Ooh. Ching. Good. Right, now how close can we get it? Still kind of in the way. Might need to lose them. I think that works really well, guys. It's maybe a bit bigger, a bit more dominant looking than I would expect, but it works. It'll be great.
Little street fighter bike.
Yeah, exactly.
I had one in the back years ago.
I really think that works. I need to kind of plumb it in, really. I need to work out how best to do that. I didn't think, but the top end might not be the same as the original, the screw-in part. What's down there? Look. So I mean, it should be. It's likely to be the same size, because look, it's the same size as these. I think they're all fairly generic. But that down there is a plug-in, so it's gonna be, yeah. I'm gonna have to kind of work it all out. But let's at least get it powered. See if I can get the neutral light in. Well, whatever I can put on electrically, it's probably best to. Okay, let's get chopping wires.